And here comes the TC drop. Oh no, here comes another one. Oh, I'm definitely going to dodge with those vills. Yeah, we definitely dodged with those vills. Daddy's home.
Yes.
Hello, hello, and yeah, welcome back to my second game. My second game's gone to YouTube. Thanks for everyone that watched the first one. Honestly, I'm blown away. I mean, I honestly expected to get a couple of views, but nice. Like, we hit over 100. That's cool. And turned out the sound quality wasn't that good either, which I didn't realize, admittedly.
Yes.
So whoops. Chpstkx agrees, I guess. Yeah, sorry about that. I've taken steps to resolve it. I've since then taken some advice, so yeah, thanks a lot to JM Lassen for just suggesting Capture Age. I couldn't remember what it was called. It's been a while since I watched some content. That's exactly, obviously, what I need to be getting on top of. So yeah, I'll be working on just kind of playing with Capture Age, and I'll probably get the pro version as well, to be honest. And yeah, thanks also to Bunga as well for the recommendation on that one. It's much appreciated, and thanks for dropping by. So this is one of my favorite strategies. Actually, Chpstkx came up with this one. We call it the War Ellie Turbo, and War Ellie Turbo basically is a strategy in which you know, normally it's played on arena, but we got Fortress, just the luck of the draw. So we were like, yep, War Ellie Turbo, let's go. One person goes for the Persians. That's over here, and it's nice that we got the castle to start with as well, right? Because, you know, we can just start getting those elephants out early. And the other one goes Gujaras, and the Gujara player will be slinging along. So Chpstkx over here in yellow will be slinging, I will be elephanting. And on the opposing side, we have blue over here, and blue is playing as the Portuguese, and we got green over here as the Sicilians. And this game did not go even slightly the way I expected, and you are probably thinking exactly the same as you see this group of villagers just march across here in a fortress game, and I respect it. Absolutely respect it. So I'm going to let you guess what this guy's doing. Anyway, there's not really much to say. Normally, in a fortress game, normally I would just be thinking, right, let's kind of zoom ahead a little bit, you know, get to that point. There's not much to talk about. But no, there's going to be plenty to talk about in this one. Yeah, just in the meantime, for those that don't know, Chpstkx is much of a meme player as myself, and we just love to get into meme strats together. He's got the #1 most amount of bounties on Gratrang's bounty channel. I was #2 at one point, but I stopped in for a bit. So yeah, we like our bounties for our meme strats, you know, and that's what got us together. And yeah, so here we are with that. But it turns out we're up against somebody else who's got a bit of a meme plan as well, and he's bringing the bears. Yeah, the bear's gone. Never mind, bear. You'd think I saw this, but I actually don't think I did. I was probably obliviously fucking mucking around over here without paying a damn bit of attention to anything, but yeah, there you go. Anyway, here goes the TC. Honestly, I just didn't expect this. I find it hilarious. I think it's absolutely bloody brilliant. Like, I actually didn't focus this tower either, so I don't know why it just decided to attack the CC, but you'd think it'd switch over, but whatever. Doesn't matter. Oh, I don't really care about the towers. We're not worried about the towers. Greener's just chilling. He's got a couple on wood, some on berries, and well, blue, he's just doing his thing. He's just churning along, I guess, making his vills. And Chpstkx, well, he is just going to be slinging me resources. And so he's going for the long up, you know. Me, I'm just thinking, well, what to do? Just wall it off. That's the plan here. Anyway, we got TC man coming in. Yeah, here comes the TC. And there goes the other tower. That's fine, it doesn't matter, who cares. Yeah, Chpstkx doing his thing. He's jumping on the stone, because we're going to be making a lot of these war elephants, the Persian ones, you know. And that's going to require a lot of stone, so he's going to be sending me stone so I can get up some extra castles. And yeah, green here, I mean, maybe he didn't think about, you know, maybe he should have tried to TC drop somebody that wasn't Persians. I kind of just ignored it. And the man doesn't want me to go out. He's like, no, you're staying here, friend. Which I respect. I love it. I love this kind of play. And so yeah, green's going in for another TC drop. I guess the sort of plan is a sort of distraction, you know. But and you know, maybe it'll be my next video. I have done a lot of TC drops. I learned to TC drop by PoopLord himself. I'm sure many of you know PoopLord for his outrageous dumb strats that just annoy the hell out of people. He's my inspiration for playing this game the way I do. Honestly, love the man. Him and Red Phosphor, but PoopLord the most. As you can see here, some well-defended play by me. They're just napping, don't worry. Oh, I didn't think I'd need Bloom, to be honest. But what are you going to do? You know what? It just doesn't matter that much. It doesn't matter. We're not going to get much damage. So anyway, what's going back on at this base? Not very much. Fair enough. Get blue. Well, looks like he's going for his fast castle because he is already up and he's got his prerequisite buildings there. And green, by the looks of it here in the chat, he's saying he's looking at dropping off at yellow, and I don't think blue's too pleased with that. I don't think he wants to go at yellow. I think there's a good case to be made for double TC dropping. You know, you drop one guy, you distract him, you drop another guy, you distract them, but that dog just ain't gonna hunt, I don't think, when it's on Fortress, especially when he's got to walk all the way around here, and, you know. But he's doing them, and he's kept his TC here, and he's shooting away. He's got a few kills, so he's probably feeling pretty good. Well, not kills, they're napping, they're fine. And off we go. Off we go to another one. I will zoom it forward a little bit here. I don't want to play around with these settings all too much, but, you know, off he goes. Now let's see how this is going to go. It's going to be a fun one, I'm sure. Blue, yeah, looks like he's thinking maybe a castle. That's what you'd think there, looking at that. Anyway. Yeah, so ready for the next TC drop, but I don't believe he has this scouted because this is not going to be a good place to drop a TC. I would not drop a TC there. If you're going to drop TCs on a map like this, you got to scout it. And I guess he is. But kind of not convinced by that one straight off the bat. Nope. Not at all. Anyway, green's bouncing. He didn't like any of that. Fair enough. I love it. I respect it, honestly. If you're gonna TC drop on games like this, that's brilliant. I've TC dropped on Arena a few times myself. I don't know if I'd have the cojones to do it on a map like this. But yeah, blue is thinking, well, I don't need farms. Farms cost wood, and I don't need that. That's too much hassle for me. What I need is gold and stone. But, well, you know, why would a Portuguese player go to gold and stone? Well, they're going to be looking at making something that only the Portuguese can make. I will say, fair shout to green for taking out the tower, but I'm not sure it's worth it. I'm not convinced that was a good trade. All's well back in the land of chill. And at this point, we're just looking at getting these upgrades. We want to go to castle. Let's get those, you know, like Chpstkx, he's going to be sending most of the eco my way. You know, a lot of it's going to be coming from him, but it doesn't mean we shouldn't be making our own farms, getting on the gold, and, you know, kind of preparing to just start churning out those elephants. The thing is, they're a bit slow to start with, but you know what? That's just it. That's just the way it is, and you know, not much to say on that. Well, green, he's had enough of all that. He's bouncing. He's scooting off home, and I guess he's yeah, I don't know, milling around. Okay, that was bad. I might have to add one bad joke to each of these. And the CC drop that doesn't quite reach the castle, unfortunately, is not quite not quite. There's not much happening on that one. Anyway, let's go. It's time for the second castle to go up. You know, we're going to need a few of these castles because these war elephants. Now they're slow to build, and if we want War Ellie Turbo, which is what this strat is, then well, we're going to need ourselves enough to produce that turbo. And Green, he's got ideas. He's thinking, yeah, you know, you've got Jack and Jill climbing down the hill, and they're going to wait here behind these palisades. And maybe they're going to come at me with some mad ambush. Who knows? Who knows? Well, we got Blue over here. He is going imp. With no farms, but that's fine. He doesn't need farms because he has 4 villages and a dream. 4 villages and a dream. And that dream, well, it's gone better than Green's dream. Because Green is just... Yeah, I feel for Green. I respect Green. It's brilliant. Honestly, I love this guy, but that dog ain't gonna hunt, man. That dog ain't gonna hunt. No, you can't do that. Anyway, so here we are. We're getting our war rallies. It takes a bit to get them churning, but once we got our 3 castles, oh yeah, the war rallies will be a rockin'. And unfortunately for Green, villagers don't quite cut it. I gotta say, like, the Ville's got, like, they're not knives, right? They got, like, these big frickin' swords here. I don't know. They do look cool. Anyway, poor Green. You know, it's I don't know. I respect it, honestly. It's such a fun play. And yeah, like that we were saying there, we got the old Fetorias, and Blue here, he's saying good distraction. He's happy with it. He's like, yeah, this is great. You know, we've really distracted them, and you know, we done got ourselves Imperial Age and Fetorias. It's gonna be badass. And you know, to be fair, I mean, I'm only on 31 vills here, right? Because I'm not spending my food on anything except elephants, and he's on 28. So you could make the case, well, you know, it's moderately balanced. I mean, Chpstkx, sure, he's got his vill count, but he hasn't got Castle Age, he hasn't got Imp. He has got a lot of villagers chasing stuff down, and well, there go the elephants, and they're going to be stomping. Truce. And off they go. You know, initially it's just we take a batch of 10. We take a batch of 10. They got their upgrades on the go, and yeah, it's like as soon as we've got that kind of resource stream, we'll be churning forwards with much more elephants. And admittedly, I might have forgotten to make some elephants there. I could have made some elephants. I kind of forgot, but you know, there it is. It's fine. There go the elephants, and the elephants are going to go straight for Blue over here. And understandably, Green has just come straight back here. He's going to be like, you know what? I'm staying home. And he's probably feeling pretty comfortable, maybe, in some regards, because, you know, he's back home and he's done some damage. And, you know, we're going to have Fetorias up, and there's no reason why he shouldn't be getting a piece of that action. I imagine he's thinking about getting slinged at some point. But elephants have different ideas. Elephants don't care about that. Elephants, they boot and they troot and they... Yeah. Oh boy, my bad. And off they go. They're in there. They're nearly in there. But yeah, now we have a bit of a steady stream. And the elephants, they should now they should be constant production. And it takes a bit of a go, but you know what? You know what? It's fine, because they're going to be enough to do a bunch of damage, and then we're just going to have a big stream. Unfortunately, now Blue is saying he has no team after saying good distraction, so I'm not completely convinced by since Martin there. But yeah, that castle's going to be going splat. And Blue, he is going to be saying no to that, because the man is going to be thinking, you know what we need is monks, and I don't blame him. Fair shout. Green's out of there. He's just... He is gone. But the War Rally Turbo continues, and the War Rally Turbo will not stop now. The War Rally Turbo will be relentless, and that's what we're going to see here. But the game's not over. You might think, well, hang on a second, man, you know, it's one against, you know, it's 2 against 1, but this man, I mean, he's got all his Fetorias, and all he needs to do is build military, and he has a lot of, I need to get Capture Age Pro so you can see the res. So I looked at this earlier. He has a butt ton of resources. The man has stacks. The man is absolutely stacking res. But the War Rallies, they stomp and they tromp, and they don't really care about all that. So yeah, here they go, knocking down these monasteries. But the thing is, if he can get enough monasteries up and start converting those, that could be bad news for Bears, because he's got 3 elephants to basically pinch, you know. And if he plays his cards right, well, he's going to be getting a bunch of those, and that's a bit of a concern. I'll be honest, at this point I was thinking, maybe I should have like waited for more reinforcements, but you know what? We have the Infinite Flood, we have Warelli Turbo, and Warelli Nobo, who just wants to chill. He's grazing. He's doing nothing. And yeah. I gotta say, thanks for the advice on getting capture age. You're right, this is a lot more fun. I appreciate that. So yeah, Bunga and JM Lassen, yeah, you're absolutely right. That was the play for sure. And yeah, that's pretty much all she wrote. I gotta be honest, the game felt a bit one-sided in some sense because you know, and it's like it wasn't like the biggest fight at the end, but it got a bit sketchy because of the monks. But I had to upload this one just because of the TC drop, and I thought that was hilarious. And also, Warelli Turbo deserves you know, its time in the spotlight. And again, I want to credit Chpstkx to this strategy. He's the man that came up with it. Chpstkx, the man, the legend, the #1 bounty hunter on Graph stream, and yeah. Anyway, that's all she wrote on that one. There's really nothing else to say. So for what it's worth, I hope you guys enjoyed my second video. I don't know if it's any good. Feel free to be like real critical and just you know, any advice, any constructive criticism, I'll be real grateful for. And there we are with 40 war elephants, you know. And that's not that those 8 monks just aren't going to do enough. But yeah, please, any advice, I'll be real grateful for. As long as it comes from a nice place, even if it's a little bit harsh, I'm happy to take it. I hope the audio quality is better on this one, and yeah, that's about it. Anyway, thanks a lot for watching again, guys, and yeah, keep following if you're interested. It feels awkward to say, oh, subscribe, but you know, why should you? Because I've only done a couple of videos, and probably there's a whole lot more. It takes a whole lot more to get somebody to sub. But you know what? If you like meme strategies, if you like weird stuff that's just not the usual modus operandi for Age of Empires, yeah, feel free to give it a go. Anyway, that's Binny Bong and Chpstkx rocking out. Take it easy. Bye bye.